Team USA's Olympic Village director Daniel Smith explains to people why high-profile athletes may opt out of staying at the Olympic Village during Olympic Games. The return of the sustainable cardboard beds at the 2024 Paris Olympics has led to some speculation and questions about accommodations for athletes in the Olympic Village. In a TikTok posted on July 23, one user asked whether or not high-profile athletes like LeBron James or Kevin Durant sleep on the viral beds, which have been dubbed anti-sex. The user questioned if those athletes could even fit in those beds. Luckily, one of America's biggest tennis stars came through with an answer. "Some of my teammates are in a hotel," athlete, and Team USA opening ceremony flag bearer, Coco Gauff wrote in the comments. "I chose to stay in the village for the experience. The experience, including an exciting cafeteria and a gaming space, seems to have drawn in many athletes, like Spain's young tennis phenom Carlos Alcaraz. Others, though, opted for more traditional travel digs." Team USA's Olympic Village director Daniel Smith confirms to people that each team can choose whether or not they want to stay in the village. The U.S. men's basketball team, which includes athletes like LeBron James and Stephen Curry, has accommodations outside of the village. For example, if a sport decides not to stay in the village, they have to find their own arrangements in terms of where they're going to stay, and make their own hotel contracts, Smith explains. A challenge with that is that basically you're outside of the bubble at that point, and Paris 2024 won't provide you transportation from your specific hotel. All of the meals, all of those additional pieces that come along with logistics that athletes in the village get, you stay out and all of that is on you, he confirms. Smith also says that while one of the big reasons why an athlete may choose to not stay in the Olympic Village has to do with comfort, a lot of times it's to avoid the attention. "We have some very high-profile athletes in our delegation," he explains. "So to avoid any distractions within the village from other countries' athletes, they decide to stay out. That's not a deterrent for all, though." Decorated Olympic gymnast Simone Biles also confirmed she is staying at the village and even gave fans a tour of her room that she is sharing with fellow Team USA gymnast Jade Carey on Instagram stories. So what exactly is the roommate situation in the Olympic Village? Smith says that each sport typically decides who will be sharing a space. A lot of times we'll give them their allocation. So let's say you have 16 athletes on your team, field hockey. So we'll say, okay, you have 4 apartments. Each apartment has X number of beds. It's 2 people to a room, explains Smith to people. Then the team leader will come back and say, okay, here's our rooming list. These are who we're going to room with who. And while the infamous beds aren't getting rave reviews, they're hard as rock, Smith says, Team USA is trying to make things better for their athletes, and has gone as far as to ship in special frames. There's a space here in the village where they give you education on the mattresses, so based on your sleep type, they can show you how to flip the mattress, he explains. Each side has a different comfort level based on your preference of firmness. Team USA is covering the cost of mattress toppers for athletes who request one. A lot of our sports have shipped in their mattress toppers for additional comfort, he says. The only exception to these cardboard beds are for our track and field throwers, who are getting larger beds shipped in for them specifically for comfort.